this is Live Prepper here, and I've got a question for everybody out there from the world of Joan. I want you to respond to me and tell me, which would you rather do, barter, or are you one of those that saves the silver and gold to use if shtf happens worldwide? And there's good points on both. There's bad points on both. You remember a TV show a few years back called The Colony? Well, these people come along and they had some cans of food on them, and they wanted the people's solar panel. So this solar panel is what they was using to help give them lights and to heat up their water and different things like that. So here are these people that had 4 or 5 cans of food or whatever, and you got a group of 12 people or whatever it is, and they trade this solar panel off for this 4 or 5 cans of food. Now, to me, that was a bad trade, because I sure wouldn't give you my solar panel for 4 or 5 cans of food. And another thing, every one of these people in the colony they had chose to be in it was all high educated people as a general rule. They was building this and building that and that, but not one of them knew how to go out and hunt food. Not one of them knew what plants around them to live off of. Not one of them thought about fixing a system where they could catch the rainwater and run into barrels. They were still counting on what they could get in it, and they did not even develop really a filter system to clean their water with. So that's ironic there. So they was bartered. They wound up giving their solar panel, the only solar panel they had, away that they was using to help purify their water, help give them some lights, and help cook their food with and all that for 4 or 5 cans of food. That's what they did. Now, to me, I thought that was a bad trade. Someone asked me, I was reading something that says, would you, if you had a gun, and they come up and they says, I'll give you these 3 cans of food for your gun, would you trade? First of all, I'm not going to give them a gun if I had one, because once I give them the gun, what's going to stop them from taking the gun, turning around, pointing at me, and taking the food back that they got and trade, plus whatever else I had in the house? So that to me is illogical. So the thing is, and then you see them on Doomsday Prepper, and I refer to this show a lot because I want to tell you what, I've learned a lot of stuff on there, but I want to also, it has given preppers a bad name too. And then a lot of these people, for their 15 minutes of fame, has set themselves up. One couple shows they go and they trade out for the silver. They find silver coins and they put them in the containers and the PVC pipes and seal them up and bury them around on the property. I want to tell you what, if I was a thief, I would find out where those people lived at, and I would get my metal detector out while they were gone and be digging all that up. For that 15 minutes of fame, that could cost them a great deal. So they're putting all this money towards all this silver they're putting up for the doomsday scenario. Then, you got another one that's showing where he is trading for, he barters with it, but he goes and buys his little gold pieces, and then he buys his coins and all that. So he believes in having all that for doomsday also. Then there was another one talking about he's done got like $3,000 worth of silver saved up, and then on doomsday saying this $3,000 is going to be worth $10,000. The thing is that if you think of that $3,000 of what you can buy now is not really going to come out any better, because that $10,000 worth of stuff that you're going to have to buy on a doomsday effect is what would have cost you $3,000 now. So you're not saving anything by doing this. So that's the point with the coins and stuff. Now that's fine and dandy. Now another thing is, what I'm asking you is, these people talk about bugging out. Well, they're going to be carrying 20 pounds of silver with them, or gold, or whatever. That's a lot of weight to carry with you. So are you going to go that route? Are you thinking that having these coins and all this stuff is going to help you in purchasing things you need in a shtf situation if it happens worldwide? Now for me, I think bartering is where I'd rather go because there's things you're going to need. And, if you can't get it, you can't get it. If you're in a situation where you've got to bug out or you have to leave your home for whatever reason it is, what's on your backpack is what you got to have. Now, if you can hook up in a community of people, that's great. If you can work together as a community, raising food together and surviving together. But bartering been going on since day one of time, when later on money became a thing, of course, but bartering was what started. If I cannot carry it in my backpack or wherever I decide to set up a shelter at, whether it's an abandoned building or whatever it is, if I cannot carry it with me, it is not going to do me any good. Is how I look at it. If I did not have it in my home already where I'm living at, it's not going to do me any good. The thing is that most people cannot afford to build solar power homes. Most people cannot afford to build wind power homes. They just do not have the money to do it. They don't have it. A lot of preppers do without a lot of stuff to have all this here. And they've sat there and talked about it. They used their kids' college fund. They did, the kids didn't go to college because they took that money there and they put it on prepping instead. For me, bartering is where I need to go. Making homemade soap and bartering with somebody, trading a bar of homemade soap is like $1 million to people. Trading a pair of shoes to somebody. Whatever I find while I'm out there scavenging around that I can use to barter with is what I'm going to use. Maybe that pair of shoes will get me, a place to sleep for the night. Maybe that pair of shoes will trade me for something I can use, like some maybe fishing line or some pants or maybe some gloves. Whatever it is, it's something that I need. If I can't carry it with me, it's not going to do me any good. The thing is, that 20 or that 30 or that 40 pounds of silver and gold that I saved up really starts adding weight. And it's not going to do me no good carrying it around with me, because all it's going to do is slow me down. And if I can't scavenge for it, if I can't barter for it, then I'm just going to have to do without, because it's not going to do me no good. I can't afford a house with solar energy and wind power, and even if I could, you still got to worry about people coming and breaking into your home and taking it away from you, as a general rule on most of this. The thing is, most of the population is going to be gone within the first year. People who got severe health issues are going to die without their medications, without their treatments. They're just not going to make it. You got children that are not going to make it. And the sad truth is, you're going to have grown adults abandon their children to take care of themselves. And that's the sad truth on it. They're going to be out there taking care of themselves, and they're going to leave their children behind to fend for themselves. They're just not going to care. And that's the sad truth on it. The people who become so cold dependent on the government say the government's going to take care of me. Well, as long as the government's taking care of them, everything's fine. But the day that the government quits taking care of them and packs their bags and they leave, then what are they going to do? The mistrust is developed among a lot of them. Your best friend is going to be taking your food if there's no trust among you. People who did not have any backup food at all are going to take other people's food. People who knows you're saved food up or prepared yourself and have extra this, that, are going to be knocking at your door and say, take care of me. So you got a choice on it. You can save all these coins and stuff and buy stuff that's going to cost you higher. That $3,000 worth of silver is going to be $10,000, you said. But the thing is, you're paying for the same thing that would have cost you $3,000. Well, that $3,000, in my opinion, of saving up all that silver, could have went on something else. I could have bought something else with that. I'm going to barter. I'm going to find what I need to barter with, whether it's a pair of shoes or a bottle of shampoo or just a book for somebody who wants to enjoy reading a book. Maybe it's just a notebook that they can write in, or pencils. Pencils is something that, people won't even think about. They get used for bartering. I'm going to barter for what I need for, but I'm not going to give up stuff that I know I need to use for a can of beans, no matter how hungry I get, because you know what? There's food all around me, and I will harvest my food, and I will prepare myself and have it for the winter months. And I will have to think about shelter and think about taking care of myself. So that's the question. Are you one that wants to save the silver and gold? And how do you think the silver and gold will benefit you? Or are you going to barter like I am for things? So which are you? Are you a silver and gold saver upper? Or are you going to barter for your stuff? This is Life Prepper here, the World of Joe. I want all you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.